Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as 50 Cent has decided to jump out there and use his number one tactic as beef to promote his latest product that he executive produced. Once again, as this time around, it's BMF, as it's going to be a part 2 to the documentary side of the collective that they had going on Stars, as they had the TV show that got canceled this last season, but they also had a whole deal as a whole where they were doing the documentary part to kind of like tell the storyline of the TV series and everything that went on with BMF. And he put this up on the gram today with the trailer, and I can't post that trailer right here because it's copyrighted through Stars, so I can't let y'all hear it. But in the trailer, you hear him talking about how...
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that goes way deeper than just hip-hop drama. This is about power, loyalty, money, ego, and how controversy is used as a weapon in the entertainment industry. The focus today is 50 Cent, the BMF documentary Season 2, Big Meech, Southwest T, and the calculated shots that are shaking the culture once again. Now, before we even get into the details, let's establish one thing clearly. 50 Cent is not new to this. This man has survived beefs, lawsuits, industry blackballing, and still managed to turn himself into a media mogul. Music, TV, films, documentaries, liquor brands, he's touched it all. And if there's one thing 50 Cent understands better than almost anyone else, it's how to turn controversy into clicks, clicks into views, and views into money. We've seen this pattern before. Ja Rule, Rick Ross, Floyd Mayweather, even major networks. When attention starts to fade, 50 knows exactly how to pull himself right back into the spotlight. And now, once again, we're seeing that same strategy play out, this time with BMF. When the BMF TV series first aired on Stars, it was a massive success. The storytelling, the culture, the nostalgia, everything was working. Fans were locked in and the brand was strong. But then came the surprise. After the most recent season, the show was suddenly canceled. Almost immediately, the internet started connecting dots. People began saying the real reason BMF ended wasn't ratings, it was beef. Specifically, tension between 50 Cent and Big Meech. Now officially, both Stars and 50 Cent denied that narrative. According to them, ratings were slipping and certain creative decisions didn't land. 50 Cent even said in interviews that networks don't cancel profitable shows just because of personal disagreements. If the numbers were there, the show would still be running. But here's the thing. In this industry, perception matters just as much as facts. And the perception was clear. Something behind the scenes wasn't right. Fast forward to now, and suddenly we get the announcement of BMF. Blowing money fast, documentary Season 2, dropping January 16th. Almost instantly, 50 Cent posts the trailer on Instagram, and that's where things get interesting. His caption reads, "T like my name's still good." That one sentence lit the internet on fire. Anyone familiar with street culture understands exactly what that implies. The letter T has long been associated with telling, cooperating, or snitching. Whether fair or not, that caption instantly revived long-standing rumors and allegations surrounding Big Meech. Allegations that, to this day, have never been fully proven. Big Meech has always denied those claims. His stance has remained consistent for years. He says he never told, never cooperated, and never gave anyone up. Death before dishonor. But 50 Cent knows something very important. You don't need proof to control a narrative, you just need attention. And with one caption, he pulled the entire conversation back into his orbit. Now let's talk about Southwest T, because this is a major piece of the puzzle. 50 Cent's relationship with Southwest T had already deteriorated before this. Tensions reportedly grew when Southwest T was seen associating with people 50 Cent has long-standing issues with, including Supreme's Camp and later Rick Ross. From Southwest T's side, the message was simple. We're not choosing sides in other people's beefs. However, 50 Cent believes that to be a betrayal. Loyalty is a must in his society. If someone he considers family starts linking up with his foes, that's a line crossed. This is when 50 Cent's perspective truly shines. He uses what many refer to as the capital C formula, which is controversy, conflict and chaos, bewilderment, confrontation. We can also add the word content to that list given the current state of the media. Every debate becomes content. Every charge results in a promotion. Every headline drives the algorithm. In terms of the documentary itself, Starz asserts that this season will change its emphasis. It won't only make the way of life more glamorous. Rather, it will highlight Southwest T's function as the strategist, his relationship with Big Meech, and how pressure, power, and paranoia ultimately caused that relationship to fall apart. This is a collapse narrative rather than only a success story. This brings up the crucial question. Is 50 Cent revealing the truth or fabricating a story to suit his interests? The honest answer is probably both. Although 50 Cent is very calculated, he is also quite emotional. He is aware of timing. He is knowledgeable about psychology. Most significantly, he is aware that people will debate accusations for a lot longer than they will talk about verified facts. Ultimately, the documentary will be released. People will pay attention. There will be a lot of people. And once again, 50 Cent triumphs. Because you are discussing him regardless of your feelings for him. Furthermore, attention is the most important commodity in the entertainment sector. This is the only true question that remains. Will the documentary reveal the truth or widen the gap when it eventually airs? That response will arrive pretty shortly. This is more than just a single documentary teaser or Instagram caption. So let's take a closer look. This is about who gets to tell the tale, control, and legacy. One aspect of 50 Cent that many undervalue is that he positions narratives in addition to creating content. The plot of BMF, the TV show, was glamorous. Money, power, loyalty, and fraternity. But when the relationship between 50 Cent and Big Meech started to crumble, the tone softly shifted. The documentary is now the new weapon since the scripted show has been eliminated. Because documentaries have a genuine feel. They seem factual. They have the feel of reality, even if they are picky. Here, it's crucial to comprehend that. The BMF documentary's upcoming season is positioned as a more in-depth, honest examination of what actually transpired. We are informed that it will reveal ego, paranoia, law enforcement pressure, and internal problems. The conflict between Big Meech and Southwest T is at the heart of it all. However, consider this. Who is in charge of editing? Who chooses whatever footage is included? Who chooses which voices are given more weight and which are given less? The solution is clear. 50 Cent. Because of this, a lot of people think that this is strategic positioning rather than just storytelling. Now let's face the elephant in the room. The long-standing rumors regarding cooperation. Big Meech has been the subject of rumors for years. Officially, nothing has ever been established. No paperwork. No validation from the court. The most damaging form of rumors. And 50 Cent is fully aware of the potency of such rumors. He doesn't make direct accusations. He doesn't offer any paperwork. He merely sows the seed. A description, an aside, a grin during an interview. All of a sudden, the internet takes care of everything. That is both the cruelty and the genius of contemporary media. Big Meech has already answered, stating unequivocally that he never cooperated, never told, and never folded. His followers fiercely back him. Many members of the community still value what BMF stood for and won't accept those claims in the absence of evidence. This is where things become more difficult, though. When the BMF TV series was terminated, fans felt robbed. The narrative was not yet complete. There was no resolution, and in that vacuum, speculation thrives. Conveniently, the documentary then appears. Excellent timing. Since Southwest T plays a critical role in all of this, let's now discuss him. His viewpoint, his cunning, his tactics, and his sacrifices is being shown in this documentary. It's a redemption journey in many respects, and that's long overdue for some folks. However, it also subtly shifts the blame. If bad decisions, pressure, and internal conflict were the reasons behind the fall of the empire, then accountability becomes hazy. No one is entirely at fault. No one is completely innocent. And the producer gains from that ambiguity. At the same time, it subtly separates Big Meech from the heroic persona that the TV show formerly presented. Instead of a legend, he becomes a difficult figure, probably impulsive, possibly paranoid, possibly imperfect. Once more, suggested but not proven. Let's now discuss 50 Cent's strong stake in this. This isn't simply about personal beef. It has to do with ownership. BMF became a billion-dollar media brand thanks in part to 50 Cent TV shows, documentaries, products, and cultural significance. Additionally, ownership becomes emotional when relationships break down. He created this platform in his 50s. He popularized the narrative. And he feels justified in dictating the result if devotion isn't reciprocated. He doesn't sit peacefully because of this. He takes jabs in public because of this. Since 50 Cent has never been created that way, silence would imply surrender. However, the algorithm is an additional layer that is rarely discussed. Controversy is rewarded in today's digital environment. Arguments are on the rise. Drama is popular. Truth spreads more slowly than outrage. Compared to most influencers, 50 Cent is more aware of that. He keeps himself and his projects in constant communication by starting arguments with Big Meech, Southwest T, Rick Ross, and others. The machine is fed by every reaction video, blog post, and battle in the comment area. And that machine feeds directly back to views, streams, and stars. This is where things get even more intriguing. This is not an isolated incident. 50 Cent has gotten involved in a number of scandals over the past year, including Diddy, Jay-Z rumors, industry accusations, and hip-hop feuds. He is perceived by some as revealing gloom. He is perceived by others as taking advantage of disarray. Most likely, the reality lies somewhere in the middle. 50 Cent doesn't pretend to be a moral authority. He makes no claims to be a rescuer. He plays the game precisely as it is. Additionally, the game now rewards shock. Therefore, the true tension in this documentary isn't limited to old friends as its premiere date draws near. Narrative and legacy are at odds. Who is remembered as the mastermind? Who is accused of being careless? Who benefits from the story being presented now and this way? Because perspective is set in stone once a documentary is released to the public. And regardless of your stance, one thing is certain. 50 Cent is an expert in his field. Let's now discuss the fallout, since this is the point at which things cease to be amusing and begin to have actual repercussions. Every time a celebrity like 50 Cent moves in a certain manner, people assume it's simply teasing. However, trolling at this level is planned rather than haphazard. Additionally, those on the other side feel cornered in addition to embarrassed. Big Meech remains behind bars. Social media is not directly accessible to him. He is unable to use Instagram Live. He is unable to react instantly. An imbalance of power is created by that alone. 50 Cent is in charge of the microphone. He is in charge of the time. Most significantly, he manages the focus of the audience. Imagine being unable to directly defend yourself while witnessing your life story being publicly altered. Relationships, reputations, and even mental health can be harmed by that frustration alone. And it doesn't end there, because law enforcement also keeps an eye on these tales when they become popular. Revived speculation raises new questions, even if it has no legal implications. Cases from the past are reviewed. Old rumors are re-examined. And others around the problem, family, associates, previous partners, get pulled into the spotlight. The true cost of public disagreement is that, since Rick Ross's name keeps coming up throughout this whole thing, let's talk about him now. When Big Meech joined himself openly with Rick Ross, many people interpreted it as symbolic. Standing side by side are two guys associated with influence, wealth iconography, and street storytelling. However, that wasn't impartial to 50 Cent. That was a betrayal. 50 has always had a loyalty-based mindset. Whether you meant to or not, you've taken a side in his eyes if you get along with someone he views as an enemy. And that's when things escalate. Because 50 doesn't softly confront when he feels offended. He doesn't call people privately. He gives instances, ones that are public. Here's something that isn't discussed enough. Fear. Fear of exposure, not of violence.